Hey everyone, how's it going? Choey G here. Well, of course it's Choey G here. I'm the one making the videos. Anyway, today I'm coming in with a guitar review, and what we have here is an Epiphone Les Paul Custom limited edition. Now, it's the finish that is limited edition. It's quite rare to see a Les Paul Custom in anything other than black or white. And yeah, Les Paul Custom, you could just probably see on the back, possibly. Anyway, it says limited edition up there. Les Paul Custom. This is a 2007 model. Looks beautiful, looks incredible. I mean, look at the back of that. I hope you can get a good look at that. The neck is absolutely lovely. And I know what you might be thinking. Haven't you already reviewed a Epiphone Les Paul? Well, let's just forget about those two behind me for now. Anyway, I'll be using my trusted axe scale for this. It is A, anatomy, which is the feel and shape of the guitar, how it feels in your hands. X, the explosiveness, or really the sound. And E, the enjoyability. How does it actually make you feel when you play it, and how desirable is it? Well, anyway, let's start on A, the anatomy. First of all, this is a 2007 model Les Paul Custom Epiphone, so thankfully for me, it does not have that slim taper, flat-backed, slim D-neck that I personally don't like. I know many players do like that because it's thinner and a little faster. Technically, I personally don't find that. It actually hurts my hand. I love Les Paul necks. I love the kind of more rounded C-shaped feel, and this definitely has a classic Les Paul shape. I know it's an Epiphone. I have played several Gibsons in the past, and it feels incredible. I mean, it's pretty weighty. I don't know the exact wood. It feels solid. It may be chambered. I don't believe it is, just based on the weight and the feel. It's a real Les Paul. This is a real Les Paul, no doubt about it, in my eyes anyway. Overall, I'd say there's a couple of frets that could do with a slight, finish. But I can't complain. I can't fault anything. The finish is perfect. I mean, I can't really even pick anything out. Bearing in mind this is 2007. It's not a new guitar, and it looks perfect. I haven't cleaned this or anything. Here it is. It's looking beautiful. Now it's in my hands, it's definitely going to be playing a lot. So I always give pretty high reviews, and I'm just going to go with a 10 for anatomy. It feels great. I love Les Pauls. The neck is brilliant. It's nice and smooth. Well, what more can I say? There we go. Okay, X, the explosiveness. Of course, it's got the two. These are the Epiphone humbuckers. What, it's like the J45 or something? I'm probably wrong with that. Anyway, two Epiphone Les Paul Custom pickups there. Obviously, the top of the range Epiphone pickups. I do often wonder just how different this is from a Gibson. I wonder if I could somehow, I know you can't do, or even just strap a cloth around the headstock of an Epiphone Les Paul Custom and a Gibson Les Paul Custom. You would be able to tell this versus a Gibson Studio. I'd personally go for this. It's a lot cheaper. So as I mentioned, that I picked this up for about just over 800 with a case. You can't see down there. So say about $600 US, £400, about 800 New Zealand dollars. That price range used. New, I think they're about the £600, maybe about 800 US dollars new. 1,300-ish, maybe a bit more, even New Zealand, Australia. So let's move on to the sound then. The explosiveness. Let's see how it sounds. So I'm going to start on the neck pickup. Just going to roll up all the tone. This doesn't have coil tap or anything. Let's get into it. I'm just going to do a few basic. Just do a few long strums so you can kind of hear it. You don't really need me to play too much here. It sounds wonderful. By the way, this is no effects. This is simply straight direct line in, not through an amp or anything. There we go. That's the sound on its clean settings, and I think it sounds absolutely wonderful. I'm really impressed with this. I do have 2 other Epiphone Les Paul Customs, and this one sounds, in my opinion, better than both of them. It plays nicer too. Of course, they're all very similar. Anyway, let's get to some more tones that we're really looking for out of a Les Paul. Oh, sustain isn't bad, hey? That was all on the rhythm pickup. Let's turn it down to the, well, switch it down to the bridge pickup and see how that sounds. That was all under a Gary Moore tone. I know I just went a little bit crazy there. I mean, for me, Gary Moore, slash. I've just switched over to a more slash zone. Well, there we have it. That'll be it for the sound test. X explosiveness. Come on, am I really going to give it any less? For me, it's a 10. I just love how it sounds. It sounds like a real Les Paul to me. This doesn't feel like I'm playing an Epiphone. Of course, the Epiphone Les Paul Customs are the top of the range models, but it just feels and sounds great. You heard that. Plenty of sustain. My apologies if there was some sort of clicking and popping around or any other additional noise. That's through my computer. That's, of course, not the guitar. Might be my lead. Anyway, E, let's move on to the end here. E, the enjoyability. Well, that's kind of the whole factor of when you see it, do you just want to do nothing but play it? And for me, as soon as I look at this guitar or Les Paul, I just want to sit down with it and start jamming. So there's not much else for me to say there. E, enjoyability is also a 10, which rates this Epiphone Les Paul Custom 2007 limited edition a 30 out of 30 on the axe scale. All right, sweet everyone, thanks. Ah, missed.